The survey was commissioned by Experian, where Eric Haller is the Executive Vice President and Global Head of DataLabs.
We put out a survey to get a feel for how our customers want to work with companies to help innovate around problems they're facing. And the results actually were really surprising. Not only did 9 out of 10 of our customers actually say they really want to work with companies to innovate, to solve their problems, but in the millennial sector alone, the ages between 25 and 34, 98% of those surveyed said they wanted to work with those companies to help them solve their problems.
Haller tells us about other surprises he found in the survey results.
The biggest aha moment for us was that our customer base is even more open to working with us than we had anticipated. So we spend a lot of time working with consumers, small businesses, large corporations, and identifying problems that we can take unique positions to innovate around and solve for. And the results in the survey, the response rate with companies to help solve their problems was just a lot higher than we had expected.
One of the key findings of the survey came from the age group of 25 to 34-year-olds.
In innovation, there's a lot of different ideas. It's never quite clear which one works for you, and a lot of them contradict each other. What I wanted to do is go out and talk to organizations, large corporations, scientific labs, and startups that have been able to innovate consistently. Innovation is about solving problems. So what I did in my book is set forth a framework for classifying different types of problems and identifying the best fit solution for them.
Greg Satell is the author of the book Mapping Innovation, a playbook for navigating a disruptive age.
Millennials in particular are used to having more of a relationship with those that are serving them through their phone or through their laptop or their devices. And the problems that we're hearing from that segment today, they are specifically looking at ways on how to make their experience smoother. So the products that we've been developing out of Experian DataLabs have all been focused on mobile, on voice, on web, and making a customer frictionless experience in the types of products and services that we support today.
All too many companies find themselves stuck in their day-to-day operations with no thought of innovation.
They're so overwhelmed by running their day-to-day business. When you're running a business, there's so many problems to solve that you kind of get tunnel vision into the task of the day. And the companies that I found that were able to innovate consistently, they came up with a systematic and disciplined process for going out and finding new problems that aren't necessarily related to their day-to-day business.
Satell writes in his book that innovation can't be one individual. It has to be a team effort. The survey found that 7 in 10 adults think that businesses can encourage innovation by listening to customers.
We want to go out and explore and identify new problems, understanding that nobody has all of the answers. So collaboration is really the key, and making sure that you're building a strong team dynamic both within your organization and also with your customers.
Eric Haller of Experian DataLabs gives us one example of what innovation can mean.
One of the most interesting guys I talked to is a guy named Jim Allison. Somehow he came up with the idea of cancer immunotherapy, which today is considered a miracle cure. And I asked him, how did you ever come up with it? And he said, well, I always just really like figuring stuff out. And I think that's the kind of attitude you need to have. You don't need to be a world-class technologist or be able to code computers or anything like that. You just have to have that will and that yearning to go out and figure stuff out.
Greg Satell tells us where to get more information.
My website is www.digitaltonto.com.
This is John Clemens reporting.